Hello everybody. This is Swore by the Precious. Right now it is 3:57 Seattle time. I've just gotten quite a few messages from Dean Esmay, Voice for Men. Seems pretty interested and he's left a few comments on my GoFundMe and some other sites. So I'm going to try and put this conversation on speakerphone and everything else too. Press star 67 on my phone, so you know it's actually him. Let's see, the camera's not so good. There we go. Okay. I'd hold it up closer, but I don't want to be accused of like doxing or sharing his number or anything. Let's see how this goes. Hi, is this Mr. Esmay? Okay. This is. May I ask you to hold for just a moment while I put this on speakerphone? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that should be good. Can you hear me?
I can. Just so you know, I record all my calls.
Okay, awesome. So do I. Um,
Good.
Feel transparency is important. You're not live right now. It's just a webcam.
Mm. I'll provide you a copy after we're done. All right, Lizzie, it looks, to be just really blunt with you, it looks like you're pulling a fast one. You're being kind of sadistic, mean, and cruel to us for reasons that seem hard to fathom. You're claiming that you have press credentials when all you've done is bought a membership with NPPA, and you're claiming that somehow now you can't. We have rape victims, PTSD victims, survivors of all kinds of trauma, people who have been financially devastated, who are giving everything to come here. And you apparently want to come and mock us, make fun of us, act like we're just some kind of silly, crazy cult, and are now pretending that, or it appears, and you let me know if I've got you wrong, because I'm not angry with you, I'm just trying to get this. You want to come, you want to make fun of us, you want to mock our speakers, and you want to get in free to do all that. Is that your actual goal?
No, it's actually not. Um,
We have men who've been severely traumatized. Okay, many of them rape victims, many of them victims of domestic violence, many of them who've been falsely imprisoned and were eventually released. Those are the people you are actually mocking on against men's rights. Those are the people you are mocking that we serve. And I don't even know what the fuck Fedora is about, but whatever. And now you're calling Paul, who's surrendered a lot, a cult leader. It's kind of, I don't know. If you want to attend, you are welcome to attend, but why should we just let you in for free when what you want to do apparently is mock us?
while I'm on the convention floor and while I'm inside of convention spaces, I have no intent to mock at all. Um, the pass that I got just offers me the ability to do multimedia work, which would be just observing and recording. It would not be to stay, and it prohibits me from staging any kind of disruption or any purposely biased photographs or setting up any kind of leading situations. So I don't intend to mock anybody inside at all.
Who has offered, besides Dave Futrell, to let you represent them as a press outlet? You're just doing it as sore by the Project Dark Horse or whatever?
Currently, that's what I was planning to do. Situations may change. Ideally, I was hoping for it just to be me. This is a project that I care deeply about, but if you would like me to get additional credentials or to work under maybe a more, I guess what I'd say, objective blog site or other kind of news outlet, I can certainly see what I can do for you guys. I'd be more than happy to do that.
Okay, we will not consider Dave Futrell, who, for the record,
I can say,
and I'll listen, just let me finish my sentence. We will not consider Dave Futrell, who we consider a very hateful, sadistic, and dishonest man, to be the person you're coming to represent, Hunted the Mammoth or whatever. We find him a bigot. We find him a hateful, terrible person who's very dishonest. However, if you do have another site that is even a feminist site, you want to come representing somebody like Gem Isabel or Feministing, even though they don't like us, we don't consider them the kind of dishonest, sadistic person that Dave Futrell is. So nice that he got you a ticket. It speaks poorly of you in our estimation that you would actually work with such a horrible human being, but nevertheless, fine, good, he gave you a ticket. More proof that you want to mock male victims of domestic violence, male victims of rape, male victims of all that, because you just don't think men are as human as women, apparently. Now I am getting angry. Get yourself a valid press credential, or don't come as a member of the press. One of the two. Find somebody, I don't care who, not named Dave Futrell, Hunted the Mammoth, or one of these other people who mock victims of the system for a living. Find somebody who's a really genuine journalistic source, and we'll talk to you. Otherwise, buy a ticket like everybody else who sacrificed everything to make this conference happen, to help educate people about the issues that men and boys face that you apparently think are funny. I'm hoping this will be a learning experience for you if you come. I actually want you to come because I want you to see who you have been mocking and what we're really like. I think this could be a learning experience for you. Maybe it could be a learning experience for us too, although I don't know. We've been abused and bashed by liars for a really long time who think they're being funny. As a victim myself, as a survivor myself, I don't think you're funny. I don't think you're cute. You look dishonest. I want to be wrong. I really do. Maybe I'm just overreacting because of my own PTSD issues. I would like to see you there. I would like to see you do honest coverage. And go cover the protesters who have every right to protest whatever they want. I think they're being cruel too. I think they're mocking rape victims. I think they're mocking domestic violence victims. I think they're mocking victims of the falsely accused. I think they're mocking, war victims. Whatever. NPPA credentials not enough. If you get some others, fine. Otherwise, come as yourself, attend as yourself, buy the ticket which you have enough money for, and just like everybody else is expected to. Because we have people who've been at this 30, 40, 50 years who have been working for nothing to make this conference happen because we want to educate the world and make the world a better place. If you want in for free, get a legitimate source, not Dave Futrell, to say, okay, she's here representing us and she's reporting for us. Well, don't come as a reporter. Come as an attendee, bring your camera, and put out whatever you want as long as you follow the rules. Is that fair enough?
That's fair, but I do question why you think it was Dave Futrell that did it. I never said it was.
Well, just that you're working with Dave Futrell. He's given you a free plane ticket. He is a very cruel, sadistic, and dishonest man. That's my evaluation of him.
Dave Futrell did not give me a plane ticket.
You're thanking Dave Futrell on your videos for the ticket.
I thanked him for his support.
Oh, okay, so that's my mistake. He did not buy you a plane ticket. Somebody else bought you a plane ticket.
That is correct.
Okay. Look, I've put most of my life for the last 2 or 3 months on hold just to help make this conference happen with all sorts of very hateful, mean, nasty, cool people trying to happen. I'm working 80, 90-hour weeks just to make this happen. It's okay if you want to make fun of us. I actually would like, and I'm just tired, I would actually like to see you here. I really would. It just feels like other people on the team are saying, this girl is going to want to come in, she's going to film people out of context to make them look like idiots, she's going to humiliate them and embarrass them like Dave Futrell does to people for a living by quoting them out of context. These against men's rights people are all horrible, sadistic bigots and bullies, which I tend to agree with. At the same time, you seem like you're an honest person, but then you... I really want you to come. If you really can't afford the ticket, I mean, let me ask you this. Are you genuinely telling me that now under the MPPA rules you can't buy a ticket?
Yes. For a few reasons.
Because... Okay, explain it to me.
Okay. The first reason would be, well, I've written in the past, and I was actually the author of a call to action for the Detroit Hotel. A few other things that I have said that I think that A Voice for Men, LLC, Paul Elam, that I think the money is at the very least ill-spent, and that the Voice for Men, LLC is keeping something. I've also, and these articles have indicated that might be fraud going on. Because I've written that before, and number two, because Janet Bloomfield offered me an interview, 5 minutes for, buying a ticket. That pretty much bars me from buying one.
Oh, did she do that?
Yes, she did.
She offered you an interview if you bought a ticket, and the rules indicate that if you bought a ticket, basically you can't pay somebody for an interview. Somehow this is something where it's like you're paying for an interview and you're not allowed to do that?
It's considered paying for access. Yes. I could pay for access, but then it wouldn't be journalism. It would be tabloid work. And my goal here is to do a little bit better than tabloid work.
It would be nice to see that for once. It really would. And I don't mean from you. I just mean in general. It would be nice to see something a little bit better than tabloid work.
Well, thank you very much.
I'll work with you. Alright? And I've got other people on the team who are screaming at me that this girl is coming in here to savage us and mock people who don't deserve to be mocked. At the same time, maybe you've been misled by some things. Maybe you have a legitimate point we haven't thought of, and maybe you actually want to do an honest job of talking about it. There's some really cool people attending our group, our conference that you can learn a lot from. I'll work with you, and there's going to be people on my team who are screaming at me, don't do it. I hope you don't make a fool of me. It would be nice if you would find somebody, anybody, I don't care who, Huffington Post, XXO Jane, Feminist Thing, I don't care. Find somebody. We'll let you. I'll back you. And all I want is honest coverage.
Okay, I can do that. And I can actually do you one better than that.
Okay.
I know the ticket price is $259. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. What I can do is I can promise that $259, and you can quote me on this, will be donated to a charity that helps male rape victims. The one I was going to select was Project Pandora because it has an excellent reputation. But if you have a more equitable charity, I'd be more than happy to look into that as well.
Wait a minute. Project Pandora. Do they have a website?
Sorry, it took a strong hit on my... I'm sorry, I took a strong hit on my vape here.
Oh, you are a cigarette vapor. Well,
yes, I am.
Cool. I thought you were just making fun of me.
No.
I guess I'm oversensitive.
Your
name is Lissie, right?
Yes, it is. Project Pandora does have a website.
What's the website?
I believe it's just projectpandora.org. But let me double check on that.
Pandora.org. No. Here's what I'll tell you. A lot of services that supposedly help male rape victims, in our experience, actually are giving them only token help, back of the bus help. They'll only really take them seriously if they've been raped by a man. Because the problem of female on male rape, in our experience, is a much bigger problem than anybody wants to acknowledge. A lot of these places use men, the 2% or so of men that they will acknowledge as being real at all, as their sort of token, and that may make us very uncomfortable if they're one of those organizations. Oh, look here, we lucked into one gay guy who was a victim, or one straight guy who was raped in prison. Oh, we found him. See, we help male rape victims too. Never mind that we ignore 98% of all male rape victims. That would be my problem if Project Pandora is one of those, because they tokenize men a lot. I don't mean they. I'd be happy to look at that charity. One of our goals. Here's another one. One of the charities that's actually going to be at our event, run by Calvin Mann, called EMIY, they do work. They are a charity, last I checked anyway, and they do work mentoring young boys in the city of Detroit to keep them out of gang activity and out of drug activity, and try to help them succeed better in school. And that's a charity.
You said it was EMIY?
Oh, God, Calvin.
Encourage Me, I'm Young?
Two groups. One is called Good Fathers Only, and the other one is... Give me a minute. Calvin, man. EMIY.
I think I've got it. The Encourage Me, I'm Young project?
Encourage Me, I'm Young. That's it.
Okay. I'll definitely look into that too then.
EMIY, yep. Although they do help boys and girls, Calvin spends most of his time on boys, since boys in Detroit generally have fewer services to help them.
My family's from Detroit. We used to own a string of dealerships, Monocoty Chrysler. I'm very familiar with Detroit's fall from grace. It's been quite terrible to see.
Well, Calvin runs that, and he runs Good Fathers Only. So far as I know, those are both charitable organizations. I will also look at Project Pandora and see if, in our estimation, they are a legitimate charity that really helps male victims and doesn't just do token support for male victims, which is what most male victims get. And that might be acceptable too. I'm willing to work with you. I'm willing to work with you. I will go to bat for you. I may regret it, but I will go to bat for you. Because it's true that you can't get in because we asked you for a press pass and then we decided that's not good enough and that creates an ethical conflict for you. I'll work with you. We'd like to see Calvin. He does great work within the city of Detroit. We'd like to see Calvin and his organization do better. That's why he's going to be there. He also runs Good Fathers Only. I'll send you the link to that.
That would be wonderful. Thank you. Are you, can I ask, planning to delete your phone number from those tweets you sent me?
No. My phone number is completely public.
Okay.
It's on the masthead of A Voice for Men. I have always been open and available to anybody in the public who wants to talk to me. I'm often amused by how often people write about me and talk about me, but don't call me or email me. By the way, I wasn't hurt by your satire. I just didn't understand it.
You were hurt?
Huh?
You said you were hurt?
I said I was not hurt by your satire. I find a lot of what goes on against men's rights to be incredibly hurtful. I was not hurt by your satire, just so you know. I just didn't get it. It's like, this isn't me. I don't get it. But anyway, I'm amazed by how often people do not try to contact me before they start writing about me. That is my public phone number. You can call me anytime. If you're not comfortable giving me your phone number, I can wait to hear back from you. If you want to give me your phone number, I'll do a little more digging on finding a charity. I will talk to the group and explain to them what your issue is. Know this, though. I mean, I really want you to understand this, that we're a group of volunteers dedicated to a cause. And the cause is Paul Elam. Okay? Again, some of the males you're going to be talking to are rape survivors, are wartime survivors of PTSD, are victims of domestic violence, hideous domestic violence, have spent time in prison on false allegations and gotten out and not gotten any justice for it. People who are hurt, okay, and who we believe are marginalized by society. That's who you're going to be seeing there. That's who you're going to be talking to. And if you want to walk around with your cutesy fedora at our convention, I guess you can, but everybody will assume you're mocking us when you do that. We don't wear fedoras. I don't know where that shit came from. Now I'm yelling again. Sorry. I'm tired. I'll work with you.
I will.
If you give me your phone number, I can call you back. If you don't want to give me your phone number because you think I'm going to come and rape you and beat you and all that other silly nonsense, then you can call me at your convenience.
One moment. I'm actually going to turn off the recording for that.
And see if you find those acceptable. You can send me a link to Project Pandora. We can see if I find that acceptable or if we find that acceptable. Again, I'm going to tell you the reason we might not is not because we don't support male rape victims, but because we find most services for male rape victims put them at the back of the bus. And if that's what our judgment of Project Pandora is, we're not going to be giving money to it. That would be the only reason. If they really are for real in helping male victims, then of course that would probably be good too. Let's figure it out. I'll look for you on, and in the meantime, and just stop me if it sounds like I'm barking orders at you. I'm just trying to get completion, and I'm running on fumes trying to make this conference happen. If you actually can just get some mainstream-ish organization, Huffington Post, maybe they'd take you up on it. Good Men Project, they hate us, but maybe they'd take you up on it. Metro Times. If you get one of those and you say, and you give me your word, and you sound like you're trying to be honest, you're going to go there as a journalist and try to do your job as a journalist, I'll get you the press pass. If you can't do that, I'll work with you on figuring out a charity that we both agree is a good charity. Does that all sound fair?
Yep, that sounds more than fair. I'm very happy to have your support and have your trust.
All right, Lizzie, I'm sorry if I ranted at you. I am just tired. I'm actually hoping that what will happen in some kind of understanding is reached between these communities that can't stand each other. I've been hoping that, and I've been told I'm a fool to hope that. I guess we'll see. Call me anytime. I don't bite. I know I probably sound a little ranty, but it's because I just woke up this morning, and like I said, we've been putting everything into trying to make this conference happen. Oh, by the way, thank you for pointing out the problem on the terms of service. We don't even own register.her anymore. That went away a while ago. And Paul started doing business as a sole proprietorship DBA rather than a corporation because it was getting expensive. What we really need to do is incorporate as a charity. We'll probably do that at some point. It's hard to explain to people why, when you're running on on almost no resources, things like that slip through the cracks. Anyway, yeah, just for the record, Register Her was given away a long time ago, and if you even go look at it, it doesn't even have the content it used to have on it.
That's true, it doesn't.
But, yeah, you're right. Our terms of service are out of date badly. So, cool. I'll look for you on Skype. You check out those two, Good Fathers Only and Encourage Me, I'm Young. And I'll get back and let's keep talking, okay?
Okay. Before you go, Hello, everyone. It's about 6:49 on the same day. Just got off the phone with Dean Esmay. All together, the call lasted about 60 minutes. There were some questions I asked off the record, so you probably didn't get the entire conversation. No, you definitely didn't get the entire conversation. The reason I asked some questions off the record is because more of a, shall we say, personal nature, or not, not asking anything inappropriate, but nothing that I feel could either add to the project or benefit it in any way. I think it went well. I think we got what we wanted. A little nervous. Say in order to get something, you have to give something. And I did. So I guess we'll be communicating on Skype. And I guess we're going to be communicating a phone call maybe. I do really respect him for putting his phone number out there. Voice for Men is a lot more accessible than I would have taken for granted. Did press star 67, but said also gave out my personal phone number. And the reason I did that is because I felt that it's important to have transparency. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. I just know I'm really dedicated. And to be honest, I don't I really don't think Esmay's a bad guy. And to be fair, and you can look up Reddit, Twitter posts, whatever. I've had pretty good things to say about him, I guess. And well, parody is a form of flattery. So, Mr. Esmay, if you're watching this, you probably are. Um, Thank you for everything, and you're a person with whom I can communicate, and a generous man, at least as far as I consider you to be. Can't say that for everybody, but at least in my regard, I think that you did the right thing, and I think that you're very commendable for doing that. So you have my thanks. Like you said, I won't be wearing the fedora to the conference. That would be in very poor taste, and it doesn't fit me that well, to be honest. Although I stand by it being pretty funny. Um, so I guess that's it. Thank you for all my watchers. Thank you to supporters again. Yeah, that went pretty well. Thanks everybody. Have a good night.